Hello patrons, and welcome to the March Patreon monthly exclusive video. This is for everyone who pledged in March to be released on April 2nd. This video right now, the 2nd, is being recorded on April 1st. So the first thing that you'll notice, I hope you know this, some of you may not know this, and that's okay, but I hope you know this, is that it looks a little different. And it should. It should look a little different because this is actually being recorded, the first video ever, it's being recorded on the brand new vlog camera. This is being recorded on the Panasonic Lumix ZS100. Getting this camera was difficult because they kept saying it was going to be out by the end of March, and then it never was, and it just so happened that there was like one Best Buy on the entire East Coast that had this camera. I don't know why they had this camera. I really don't. But they had the camera in stock. No other Best Buys did. They said they were going to get them in like early to mid-April, and we just so happened to be by that Best Buy yesterday when I went to because I had to go back to the doctor for my doctor's appointment, and I was like, I wonder if they actually do have the camera, because that's the one I wanted to get. So we went there, and sure enough, yes. And apparently they sell a lot of cameras at that one store, so they get stock earlier than other stores. No idea, but because of that, I have the camera. So this is the new vlog camera. If it looks good, that's awesome. It has a lot of the similar stuff to the GH4, so it should have a similar look there. It also has a lot of manual controls. Not that I need a lot of manual controls for what I do, but if I want to set up a shot like that, I can. For vlogging yourself, you want it to be as automatic as possible, but so far I've played around with it a little bit, and I like it. So here's to hoping that as I move forward and become more accustomed with the camera, that I will like it even more. The first thing I want to say is we have quite a few new patrons, and I wanted to say thank you. I really do appreciate it. But also, you joined the good month. I know I said that last month, but now there's even more stuff to talk about. So stay tuned, sit down. There's quite a few things to discuss, and also quite a bit of stuff I want your input on, because there's a lot going on, and we need to discuss a few things. So, the first thing is what happened in March. There are 3 Let's Plays going on right now, and all 3 of them continued. We're doing Fallout, Walking Dead, and Assassin's Creed Revelations, and they're all long games, some certainly longer than others, but they're all long games, and they're going to be on the channel for a bit, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just, I kind of wish I wouldn't have been doing 3 games that are all pretty long at once, because I like there to be variety, and I know that some people are not going to be into those 3 games, so I kind of wish it was like 2 longer games and then a game that, you know, switched out, but it's okay. The next game that'll be done is probably Assassin's Creed, but even that probably won't be done for another month or 2. So we're going to be rocking these 3 Let's Plays for a little bit. So far, for anyone interested, we have finished recording the first 2 episodes of The Walking Dead. Just to give you an idea where we are, we record them an episode at a time. So we sat down and recorded episode 1, which it's confusing calling them episodes. I'm going to call them chapters. We recorded the first chapter of Walking Dead, which was 6 episodes for us. And then we recorded the second chapter, which was 8 episodes. So we haven't recorded any more yet, just because we've been busy focusing on other things. And when we go to sit down again, it'll be just the next chapter, Walking Dead episode 3. But that's all the further we are. So I know everyone's been talking about the episodes that have been coming out lately. That's all we actually know. We have no idea what happens next. We're going to sit down and record more probably next week, if I had to guess. The Automatron DLC came out. That is one of several DLCs that is going to be coming out for Fallout. And I've only had a chance to hit on it a little bit, but it seems fun. It seems good. It's one of... They released a season pass for the game, and I think that probably would have been the best bet for anyone who wants to get all the DLC. If you're just like trying to pick and choose DLC, I don't know, you know, I don't know if I would recommend Automatron or not. It's good, it's just you'd have to really like robots. If you really like robots, then maybe you should get it. Also in March, Mal and I had our 8-year dating anniversary, which is very nice. I actually turned 27, so I had a birthday. And the vlog hasn't got to it yet, but Austin got engaged. So Austin started dating a girl some time ago, and he actually popped the question in mid-March. So he's getting engaged, or he is engaged and he's going to be getting married, and he asked me to be the best man. He was the best man at my wedding, so now I'm being best man at his wedding, and from what I understand, that's going to be happening, it's pretty soon. I think it's in July is the wedding, so sometime in July, there's a wedding to go to. And Thomas is getting married in April, so there's a lot of weddings this year. 2 being a lot. But to be fair, that's a lot. Like, whenever you have a smaller group of friends, when 2 people are getting married in 1 year, that's pretty fast. It's a lot of them at once. We also finished the D&D campaign. I know that last video isn't out yet, but it took 5 different parts to get through it. And we haven't decided yet if we're going to record the next one or live stream it or whatever. But I'm pulling for the group to be okay with live streaming it. We have to make sure it's okay with everyone. But if it is, that's going to be the plan for Hoard of the Dragon Queen, is to actually live stream it. There's a lot of benefits to that, in my opinion, because if we do that, I actually get to show people what I'm doing, not for their benefit, although I'm sure some will find it entertaining, but anyone who has been a DM, who's been a DM for a while, that has recommendation or advice, either because of their experience or because they know D&D 5th really well, or because they know Hoard of the Dragon Queen really well, like, they can give me advice. And I think that's really, really cool. So we're going to be doing that, maybe. We might be live streaming it, so maybe look forward to that. If not, we'll just continue doing the same thing we've done, which is just set up the GoPro and record chunks of it. But I would rather live stream it, so we'll see what happens. And then the final thing happening is Lindsay is visiting. And I know I'd mentioned that before. She's actually visiting now. I'm alone in the apartment right now. Lindsay, I don't know if I talked about this. Lindsay is highly considering moving here, which would be neat, because then she'd be in the vlogs more often. She's a really good friend of Mal's, so Mal would have, another good friend here. Right now, I think they're out looking, just kind of checking out apartments, so Lindsay can get an idea of some of the stuff that's around. It's like not confirmed that she will be moving here, but she may be, and that's what they're doing right now. So she's visiting, and it's also the reason why vlogs haven't been coming out, is because she's been visiting, so we've been entertaining her, but also I had a doctor's appointment, so a lot of stuff's been going on. Anyway, that was all the stuff that happened in March. Let's start talking about the things that are going to happen in April. So first things first, what'd you think of the April Fool's Day joke over on Stephen Plays? Hopefully you liked it. That was not what the joke was supposed to be. For anyone who hasn't seen it, we did a Minesweeper video, 20-second Minesweeper video. It's kind of a joke because it's short and it's 20 seconds, but it's a joke because anytime we release something longer than 20 minutes, there's so many comments that are like, first 50, am I right? And it's kind of a joke playing on those people because they're always ragging on me for making a video so long, and this is like, now it's definitely not too long because it's only 20 seconds. But that was not my original idea. My original idea, as many of you probably guessed, was doing a 20-hour video. That's what I wanted to do. I was thinking about maybe doing like Kingdom Hearts or Persona, some really terribly long game that 20 hours would be almost enough to finish it, but like not quite. I thought it'd be really cool to do a game that was, like 22 hours, and we played 20 hours of it, and we almost beat it, and then we're like, all right, the first 20's done, then we just stop, which would drive people crazy. We'd probably have to have supplemental episodes to just finish the game up. But I thought that'd be really fun. The problem is, of course, there was no way for me to do that. I really, really wanted that to be the joke. And leading up to April Fool's Day, I kept working on stuff, and then the week before Lindsay got here, I was like trying to prepare all the content that I would need. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this. In fact, I didn't think there was even going to be an April Fool's Day joke this year. So I was going to do that, and then I talked to Chaz, and he had a different idea, which is also super clever, and is going in the back of my head for another April Fool's Day. In fact, I will tell you, if you want to know. If you don't want to know, like, put your fingers in your ears while I say this. He had an idea to do, like, we've been playing some games that are like super realistic with the Unreal Engine 4. He had the idea of like putting the GoPro head strap on and doing something, like doing spring cleaning, right? And then calling it spring cleaning, and but then make like graphics for a HUD, so it was like it was a real video game, but it was all lifelike. That that was one of his ideas, which I really like and I would like to do sometime. So that might happen at some point in the future. I don't know. The 20-second Minesweeper idea was also Chaz's idea. Whenever I told him, I was like, man, I've completely run out of time. I've been trying to do all this other stuff. We were in Durham for 2 days. I don't think I'm going to be able to do something. And he's like, I have an idea. Do 20-second Minesweeper. And I was like, okay, that sounds like something I could do. So Chaz often comes up with really, really good ideas like that. Sometimes if I'm hurting for trying to come up with an idea or like how to do something, a lot of times I'll come to him and he has really good ideas. What can I say? Anyway, also in April, the LPs will continue because they are long. Like I said before, there's going to be even more Fallout 4 DLC. And then also on April 1st is when vlogs will start with this camera. So all the March vlogs are shot with the old camera, the Canon 300 HSF. Starting on April 1st, it will be this camera. And you might be saying, is that going to tie into the vlog April Fool's Day joke? Yeah, it's not going to be a great joke, but I was going to film that vlog with this camera and say, I'm using the GH4 now, which is ridiculous because GH4 is huge. You couldn't even hold that with one hand, but at the end of the video, I'll reveal that, you know, we're not using the GH4, but everything that you saw is what the vlog's going to look like. I've done some footage with this, and it looks good. It's one of those things like, the GH4 looks really good when you have like depth of field effects because it's shallow, like when the foreground is in focus but the background is blurry. It's really hard to do when you're doing a selfie style thing. Like that's very, very difficult to do. But for every other reason, like for anything else I'm shooting, if like I'm shooting someone else, I can do that sort of thing with this camera. There's a lot of applications, and then just in general, the sensor is bigger. It should do better in low light. It should just be sharper. It actually shoots in 4K, and then I'm just downsampling to 1080 before I deliver it to you guys. The reason the vlogs won't be coming out in 4K is honestly internet. We have to upload the Q&As and the mail videos overnight because they take so long to upload. And if I was doing a daily vlog in 4K, it would kill everything. So maybe one day when we got like super fast internet, I could just release them in 4K, but for now we'll have to stay in 1080. Anyway, also, vlogs caught up, question mark? I was really hoping vlogs would be caught up in March, and I honestly legitimately thought they would, but too much other stuff happened for it to happen, for it to successfully catch up. But the good news is we're only at this point 1 month behind. I know what I shot in March. It's not terribly difficult, and as long as I can stay, you know, 2 steps ahead on Let's Play stuff, I think that I can catch up in April. Once again, I'm not going to say that for sure because I don't know, but it seems likely. Seems like I'll be able to actually do that. We're also going to see Alton Brown, which is something that we had planned for quite a while. It's basically a birthday present for Mal. We're both big Alton Brown fans, and we're going to go see him in Columbia, the Kroger Center, April 8th, something like that, April 8th or 9th. It's whatever that Friday is, so there's a Friday there. If anyone's going to be there, if any of you are going to be there, please let me know, because then we can meet up and say hi or whatever. I'm looking forward to that. We also have tickets to go see Mumford & Sons, but it's becoming increasingly obvious that might be too difficult to do because it's the week after, and Mal already took off work for Japan, which obviously wasn't planned, but let's be honest, Japan is a little more interesting than Mumford & Sons. Unless maybe you're like a super Mumford & Sons fan, then that could be better. So I actually don't know if we're going to go to Mumford & Sons. Hopefully the tickets are at least transferable and we can give them to someone who can. You know, maybe Jared or something will want to go see them. But right now it doesn't look like we're actually even going to be able to go see them. Okay, now the big thing is that Thomas is getting married, which I've mentioned before. But the reason this is so cool is because Dan's going to be in town, Chaz is going to be in town, Jeff's going to be in town, Alex is going to be in town, and Haley's going to be in town. So we're going to have all these people in town, and I wanted to ask you guys, what content would you like to see? We're not going to have a ton of time to do a lot of stuff because we are here for Thomas, but we're going to have a little time, and if we can, I would like to create something. So don't expect a full Let's Play, but is there some piece of content that has some or all of those people in it that you'd like to see? I mean, in the past when we did ChefCon, we did like the Wii Sports Resort thing, which was fun. Even if it's just certain people. I mean, even if it's just Jazz and Jeff, they actually get here a few days early, so we could do something with like Mal, myself, Jazz, and Jeff. We could do something like that. Dan's going to be here. Alex and Haley are going to be staying with us, so we could do something with just Alex and Haley. We don't have a lot of time to do a lot of content, but we could probably do some sort of video. So if you guys have any ideas or anything that you think would be really interesting for one or more of those people, let me know. I mean, it could even be just a first 20. If there's a first 20 that maybe of a game maybe Haley liked as a kid, we might do that. And if we run out of time to do a grander idea, then that's probably what we'll do. But just let me know your thoughts. Maybe there's been something in your head, you're like, man, if so-and-so and so-and-so got together and they did this game, that'd be awesome. Share it, and I'll at least take a look. Okay, so the other thing, I told you there's a lot of stuff happening in this Patreon video. We're going to be redoing the vlog end slates, and that, I put it under April, but it's only because it's happening in April because March 1st vlogs are coming out in April. Starting March 1st, there's going to be 2 big changes. Very, very big changes. One's arguably a lot bigger than the other, and I'm hoping to get positive feedback from it, but I just want feedback, period, so you'll have to let me know your thoughts. The first one is that we're redoing the vlog end slates. We had vlog end slates, and then we got rid of them and replaced them with the little pop-up thing that happens over on Steven Plays, and I like that. I really do. But some of the people in the comments have told me something that I was also sort of thinking about, and it's the fact that when those come up on Steven Plays, at that point we're already kind of ending the episode. We're wrapping it up, and then they come up, and that's when we're already wrapping up the episode anyway, right? On Steven Vlog, a lot of times the vlogs end within just a few seconds. It's like, anyway, that's going to be it for today. Thanks so much for watching, and let's be back tomorrow, shall we? But up to that point, there's content. And a lot of people said sometimes it felt rushed because I was still talking, and then these things came up, which were essentially like, we're finishing up the vlog. And I agree with that. I think that's not the best way of doing it. Now, I was hoping I would have these done to actually show you guys, but what I'm imagining is it's going to be a very, very short video thing that just comes after the vlog ends. And it would just basically, the vlog would end, let's be back tomorrow, shall we? And then this video would come up, and it would be like the cards, but they would all kind of appear on screen at once, if that makes sense. Like it'd start, and it'd have like Steven Vlog come up, and then Mal Makes, and then all of social media, and then like shirts. We'll probably include shirts because there's so many people that don't even know that we have those. And then Patreon, and then thanks for watching. But it would be so much faster, because right now I think it's like a 24-second thing. It would be like, I don't know, 5 to 6 seconds. That would just be how we do it. That's what I'm thinking right now, because that solves the problem, because it happens after the vlog ends. It happens soon enough that people know it exists, and it's short enough that even if you accidentally see it again, like it's over like that. So it gets all the information out there. And I think that's how I want to do it. And now for the big news. This is really big news, and I have talked with a few people about this, and I honestly think it's the best thing moving forward. But I haven't talked to any... I've talked to a few viewers about it, but not many. This is the first time I'm throwing it out to a large group of people who care very dearly about this content. Who you guys care about the vlog, you care about Steven Plays, you care about the channels and the content we do. So I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. Starting on March 1st, my plan is to no longer have the date or day numbers appear in the titles of the vlogs. And to explain exactly what that means, because I know some of you are like freaking out, you're like, what? Okay, so you have your title and your thumbnail and your description, etc. On the title, where it would say whatever comes out of my mouth or someone's mouth during the vlog, that would just be the title. It would not have parenthesis, day, blah, date. It would just be the title. On the video itself, there would still be that thing at the beginning that shows the day number and the date. And probably we would also add that information into the description so it could still be searched. So if you're looking for a specific day number, you would still be able to find it. You'd still be able to type in day number, whatever, into search, and it would still come up because it would still be in the metadata. So the question is, why are you doing this? Why? It doesn't make any sense. Well, here's the thing. I have always felt that in some way, having that there inhibits viewership and growth to some degree. There are certainly people that are interested in that sort of thing, that see that and they're like, day 2100, what does that mean? I got to find out more. But there's some people who see that and that inhibits them because they say, wow, this is part of a 2100 day series. I don't have time for that. I can't watch that. And moving forward, and I discussed this last Patreon video, but moving forward, I really want vlogs to feel more like their own thing. Like if you watch a single vlog, it's its own piece. It's not part of a larger story. It's part of a larger story because it's part of our lives, but it's not like, because I didn't watch the last 100 days, I have no idea what's going on. It's going to be, it's not that they're all going to be topic vlogs or anything like that, but it's going to be its own piece. So I think that if we ditch the day numbers and the dates in titles, it will be less scary for someone new to click a video. They can see something that's interesting, they can click it, and at the beginning they're aware then, because it comes up on screen, that it is a part of a larger series, but at least we have them in the door to watch the video, and then, you know, if they like the content, they'll say, oh, okay, well, even though this is day whatever, I can start here, is basically what it comes down to. There's so many people that feel like in order to get the whole picture, they have to like take the journey, which is great if they want to, but it's not something you have to do. You can literally start watching the vlog today, and it would be okay. There would be a few things that wouldn't make complete sense, sure, but it's not imperative to watch all of the videos. So I think that this would be good because it would be less of a wall of entry for people. They'd be able to see a title and an interesting thumbnail and just go from there, and it wouldn't be, you know, oh, there are 2,000 videos in this series and I'm scared of it. Now, I've done everything I could do on my part to make sure that this goes pretty well, and what I did is we have all of the vlogs in playlists by month, and what you can do on YouTube is you can set them as official, and if you do official, when you are watching a video that's in that official playlist, when you are done with that video, it will automatically suggest or autoplay the next video in that playlist, which I think is the biggest concern, because a lot of people don't watch videos via the playlist. A lot of times they stumble across something and then they search the sidebar for what the next video is, which is a terrible way of doing it. And I understand they do it because it's convenient, but what I've done is try to make it as convenient as I could for those people as possible. So when you are watching a vlog, even if it doesn't have the day number or whatever in the title, when you're done with that video, it should automatically play the next vlog, which is really cool. And I've set it up on all of them. It's set up on all vlogs that we've ever released. So you should be able to go to any vlog, watch it, and as long as YouTube doesn't break, when it's done, it should go to the next vlog, which is really neat. So I've done everything in my power to make it as easy as possible for people to get into this from starting at nothing. You know, starting at I've never seen a vlog. Now it's less scary to start watching them because it's just a video. And I want it to feel like that. I want it to be like, I'm watching a video. I'm not watching an entire series, and if I choose to keep watching, that's awesome. But in the meantime, I'm just going to watch, you know, a video. That's the big change. That is probably the biggest change we've ever had on Steven Vlog, and I don't know how people are going to take it. I don't know if there's going to be backlash, and certainly the things I've explained to you aren't going to be explained on March 1st. People are probably not going to understand about the official series or anything like that, and how I've done everything in my power to make it searchable and keep playing to the next video, etc., things like that. But I feel like it would help vlog growth and viewership a bit, just because it does feel scary to start watching a video. And I know that some people know what vlogs are and they enjoy that type of content, so they're reaching out for that. But there's a lot of people that aren't, and I want them to see a video that sounds interesting and not skip it just because it has a 4-digit number next to it. That's where I'm coming from. Anyway, give it to me. I mean, any thoughts that you have on that, or maybe a way to improve that idea or alter that idea, anything like that, just give it to me. This is, I know, a huge change, and I know that 2016 is the big year for changes on Steven Vlog. Last year we changed a lot of stuff on Steven Plays. We bought a bunch of new equipment for it. We bought new microphones. We bought the XRGB Mini. This year, Steven Vlog is getting that treatment to some extent. We're shooting with a new camera. There's a lot of changes happening on the vlog itself, and I'm excited for them, but I also know that when people have been watching for years, they become really attached to how things are, and I don't want to... I don't mind upsetting those people. I just want to upset them in a very small way. So, give me your thoughts. And finally, we're going to wrap this up by talking about some future stuff. Mao's mom is visiting, and I actually don't know when she is. I think it's in May. I think she's visiting like right before or right after we get back from Japan. One of those two. Speaking of Japan, there's a lot of stuff going on. We've been talking with the group that's going to try and figure out some of the stuff that we'll be doing while we're there. Things include sumo, which I think would be really cool to go see. Obviously going to be shopping. We found out that we're going to be staying at a very traditional Japanese-style hotel that has the futon mats, which is a little terrifying for me because I already don't fit in normal beds, so I can't wait to see how I do on a Japanese futon, but I guess we'll find out. We're also going to be going to, I'm going to murder this word, Tsukiji? I think that's it, Tsukiji Fish Market. There's a infamous fish market. If you've ever seen, what's that sushi documentary they made? Jiro Dreams of Sushi, I think is what it's called. I think there's a part in that where they show the fish market. We're going there. Apparently they do breakfast sushi, but you have to get up really early in the morning to do it. But Mao wants to do it. I want to do it. One of the translators that's going to be with us wants to do it because she's lived in Japan forever, but like has never done it. So we're going to do that. So it should be really exciting. So yeah, Japan just in general is going to be really, really cool. I also found out that Jeff Benson is going, who's the person that kind of orchestrated all of Camp Fangamer last year. I didn't know he was going to be going, but he's going to be going. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll probably hang out with him. He'll probably be on the vlog quite a bit. So yeah, Japan is exciting and is coming up soon. We're also going to be going to Wisconsin. We just don't know when. We don't know when because right now our beach vacation thing that we were going to be doing with our friends fell through a little bit. There's a lot of stuff that happened that basically made us realize it was going to be best to just turn it into ChefCon. So we're going back to Indiana, and we're going to be doing that in August. So that's happening. We're going to see everyone there again. The question is, when are we going to do Wisconsin? Because we have an event. We have Austin's wedding in July. In May, we're going to Japan. We're probably going to go, if I had to guess, we're probably going to go to Wisconsin in probably September or October. We'll be back in Wisconsin. So we will probably be driving up and spending time with Mao's family, because you may be thinking, when was the last time you were in Wisconsin? Because if I remember correctly, it was Christmas 2013. And you're right. That's the last time we were home. That is the last time we went to Wisconsin. Mao has not been home in almost 3 years. And that's not good. So we are going to be going back September, October. Now the last thing that I'm going to talk about is very important, because we are actually going to be busy in July. There's something else going on. And I really need some input from you guys. Serious input. Camp Fangamer is doing another Camp Fangamer. Or Fangamer's doing another Camp Fangamer, except this time they're calling it Video Gamely. And they're doing this whole weird, crazy ARG thing where it comes across like it's something different and weird, and there's going to be networking and all this stuff. But at its core, it's Camp Fangamer. If you guys watch the vlogs for Camp Fangamer, that is happening again. This time, however, the theme, before it was like, it's Earthbound, it's an Earthbound convention. This time it has less to do with that. It's more like everyone that had a really good experience at Camp Fangamer, you should come back because we're going to bring that experience again. And I'm super excited about it. I'm super excited because we are going. Because the beach vacation thing is not working out, we're doing ChefCon. That was the time when we were going to do the beach vacation thing, so now we can go to Camp Fangamer, or Camp Video Gamely. So let me start by saying, if any of you are interested, you should very much consider going. I know some of the patrons, some of you guys watching did go to Camp Fangamer. It's happening again. Mal and I will be there, and we would really love for you guys to make it. It's July 29th through 31st, I think. It's like the last weekend of July, and it takes place in Tucson, Arizona. And if you guys are interested, you can go to campfangamer.com/Kickstarter and buy tickets there. I think it's $85 for a 3-day pass. And we had such a fun time last year because it's a little convention, but there's so much heart. It's the type of place that you'll see someone more than once. You know, it's not PAX, it's not 80,000 people. It's a very small convention, and if that's the kind of thing you're into, don't miss it. Don't miss it. And also, if you're a fan of the Mother series, don't miss it, because it's being run by people who love the Mother series. There's going to be a lot of like Mother, Earthbound cosplay stuff there because that's the kind of crowd that this attracts. So if you saw the vlogs that I put out last year and you were kind of like, man, that's really cool, I wonder if they'll ever do that again. They are, and you really need to go. Because this is the kind of thing that it will not happen unless people, you know, kickstart the campaign and say, yeah, we want to go, we think this will be cool. So highly consider going to Camp Fangamer this summer. Mal and I will be there. Now, what I needed your help about is that I've talked to Jeff, who is orchestrating this again, because he's crazy. I talked to him again, and he wants us to do something. We don't have to, but he wants Mal and I to be a part of the event in some way, either hold a panel or a Q&A or a tournament or do something, you know, whether it takes 30 minutes or an hour or 2 hours, whatever. Do something that people can attend. And I'm sure we'll probably just be, in general, a lot more a part of the event anyway this year. We'll probably be on stage or whatever, doing stuff like that. But he said, you know, if you want to do an event, and I would like you to, please let me know. So I told him I would run it by you guys. So I am. If there was ever a time that you thought that it'd be cool to have some sort of Steven Vlog panel or Q&A or tournament or something like that, give me your ideas. I have no idea what to do. And right now it's only going to be Mal and myself. We're trying to maybe get Haley and Alex there too. I think it's a little hard on Alex's schedule with his work, but they're going to try and work it out. So there might be the 4 of us, I don't know. But if you have any ideas whatsoever regarding that, what you would want to see out of that, please let me know, because we can do it, basically. We have the availability of that, and we can do something really cool. So it's just a matter of coming up with what we want to do. I'm not 100% sure, but we may have the availability of Super Soul Brothers, or Super Soul Bros is officially their name, not brothers. So I think they will definitely be there, and I think we may be able to incorporate them in some way in the panel. I don't know, but seems like a possibility. So even if we just wanted to come up with some sort of like fun game unrelated to us or the channels and just run it, we could do that too. So if you have any cool ideas, especially if you're going to go, because that'd be awesome for you to have some input into what we actually end up doing. Go ahead, talk about it, go wild, because it's really interesting, you know, to not only this event, because this event is going to be more of the same, and it's going to be a very heartfelt, small convention type thing, but then to be given this power to, you know, to say, hey, you can do whatever you want. It's interesting, but also I don't know what to do with it, so that's why I've come to you guys, and I hope you guys can give me some input on what to do. With that being said, that's it. I'm going to make a video trying to urge people to come to Camp Fangamer and release that on the vlog and Steven Plays and probably Facebook sometime next week because we do want to pull people in. They're not paying me for that or anything. I just really loved Camp Fangamer. I really loved it, and I really want more people to show up, especially, let's be honest, especially if it's our crowd. I mean, if it's people that watch the channels, that's awesome, because then not only do you guys get to come and join an event, but then you have that connection with other people because you are already watching the same content. And it's so cool because in a small con environment, I get to just be there, and it's almost like a meetup all the time, because when I'm walking around, I'm easy to spot. I'm pretty tall, and there's not a whole lot of people there. It's probably going to be like maybe 400 people, and you can just stop me and say, hey, let's chat. And I'd be like, all right. Last year, I get a chance to like just sit down and like play video games with people. It was really cool. It was totally different from PAX, and I think that's why I enjoyed it so much. So once again, if you can make it out there to Tucson at the end of July, and yes, it is as hot as you think it will be, you should definitely consider it. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this Patreon video. I hope that the camera did okay, because this is literally like the first video I've really recorded. I know this video was super long, and I apologize for that, but I had a lot to get out. And yeah, there's a lot to discuss, and I look forward to reading everything you write down on Patreon. Anyway, thank you again for watching. Thank you again so much for supporting Mal and myself, and I'll talk to you guys next month for another Patreon video. Sorry, it just occurred to me that I had forgotten to show you Mal's next painting, because she has it done. She had to work a few ahead, you know, because Lindsay was visiting, but you guys already saw the Mario one that she put out on Malmix. There's another one done. This is honestly one of my favorite ones she's ever done, and I'm going to show you. If you want to keep the secret, you should stop watching the video now, because otherwise the video is over. But Donkey Kong Country Returns, anyone? I love it. This is based on the Sunset Shore level, and I am super, super excited about it. Mal actually already has the time-lapse version done. She still has to work on the full version video. But yeah, this will be out. You guys are getting this Saturday, so it'll be out next week. You'll get the videos of this, but yeah, that thing is super, super cool. So I'm glad that you guys could get a chance to see this early. All right, now the video's over. Thanks for watching. Talk about all the stuff we discussed down below, and I'll see you guys next month.